you for the gifts. Oh. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Kempire channel, your number one source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. This is our weekly recap of Married to Medicine. It's been a long time since we've done like a consistent Monday busy day of recaps. So we had our Real Housewives of Potomac recap earlier today. So if you missed it, be sure to check that out. And now we have our Married to Medicine recap. And a lot of you are still asking about Tuesday Takeover. Tuesday Takeover will return in January along with Traders. So we'll be adding that to our Tuesday Takeover along with other hot topics. Stay tuned. If I feel up to it later this evening, I probably will go live again because there's some hot topics that I want to discuss with you guys. So let's pray that I have the energy. So send me good vibes. I did want to say thank you to those of you that send super chats during our Real Housewives of Potomac recap. I missed two super chats from King Jones. King Jones said in a super chat, if RHOP got rid of all the fake rich pretty girls and bring some real money, the show would be more entertaining. Okay. Fortune, thank you so much for another super chat during our Real Housewives of Potomac recap. Fortune said, I'm missing London. I will be celebrating my 40th. Well, I very much like Dr. Wendy Asefo, I'm sure you will be celebrating it until the end of time. Until the end of time. But, of course, today's live show is sponsored by our friends over at Uncommon Goods. The holiday season is right around the corner. So, literally right around the corner. It's this week. As soon as Thanksgiving is over, you'll be eating on, you'll be chomping down on your turkey, and Christmas has begun. It's already begun here at the Kempire studio, as you can see, for those that are watching. For those that are listening, you can watch us on YouTube. And for those that are watching, you can listen to us on your favorite podcast platform, Apple Podcasts or Spotify. And be sure to give us a 5-star rating. But anyway, spark something uncommon this holiday with the right gift from Uncommon Goods. The busy holiday season is here, and Uncommon Goods makes it less stressful with incredible hand-picked gifts for everyone on your list, all in one spot. Gifts that spark joy, wonder, delight, and it's exactly what I wanted feeling. They scour the globe for original, handmade, absolutely remarkable things. Somehow they know exactly the perfect gift for every single person you know. So, of course, you want a discount. So, to get 15% off your next gift, go to uncommongoods.com/Kempire. That's uncommongoods.com/Kempire for 15% off. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Uncommon Goods, we're all out of the ordinary. More information on Uncommon Goods will be available in the description, along with tickets for our London show. We're coming to London on December 8th. And, of course, our DC show that will be on January 25th and 24th. In 2025. But stay tuned for our New York City announcement. So stay tuned for that. That will be next year as well. All right. Married to Medicine. The show. Phaedra's back, and we are still like, why is she here? Please understand, we don't have to say that after this season because Phaedra will no longer be a part of Married to Medicine. She will return to Real Housewives of Atlanta and ruin that show. Or maybe not. I literally was just watching a recent interview. They had the Bravo Fan Fest in Miami this past weekend. So there's still so much stuff coming out from, Andy Cohen confirming that Kenya Moore will be returning, but returning, meaning that she will be on the early part of the season. But I told you that already. If you went to our Atlanta show, we confirmed that as well. We also confirmed that Kenya did what she did. Andy did confirm that he's been in communication with Kenya, over the last few months as well. And, he liked the fact that she took accountability. And I'm sure that was something that she was prompted to do. Just saying. But I did see that at Bravo Fan Fest, Phaedra was asked about Chanel Ayan, from Real Housewives of Atlanta, and he said she's too much. She does a lot. She's a character, and apparently that didn't work for Real Housewives of Dubai because you saw the ratings. That's what she said. So both Chanel Ayan and Phaedra have had sort of this enemy situation for we don't understand where it came from or how it started. I think it was BravoCon. I think a lot of these housewives, especially the newbies, they fall for what these networks do to them, basically, set them up against each other, and it really leads to real beef. Just saying. I do feel like these newbies feel like, oh, they have to shade the OGs in order to have relevance and importance. So I think that's how all of this started. I would say the same thing for Lisa Milan and Sheree and what happened down there. Like, it's set up this way. When we go back to what Bethany said in regards to the reality TV reckoning, it's set up this way intentionally. Literally at Bravo Fan Fest, they're playing these games. Which city is the worst dressed city of the franchise? Like, these games are, and then honestly, these housewives start getting in their feelings. I wouldn't be surprised if the Potomac ladies are mad at the Miami ladies now because of these shady questions that are asked during Watch What Happens Live at BravoCon and now Bravo Fan Fest. And I know what you're thinking. What the hell's the difference between BravoCon and Bravo Fan Fest? Smaller? I don't know. I didn't go. There we go. Amy says, I saw that Sweet Tea now has a YouTube channel. I did see that. Not bad. I think it's actually smart. Why should Dr. Heavenly be the only one painting her own narrative about the season? I think it's smart. Good for Sweet Tea. I'm sure she's going to give us a lot of funny moments that we will be reiterating here. Carlos. Anyways, but that's a perfect segue to talk about Married to Medicine. All right. We get a little flash of what everyone's been doing, what everyone's been up to at the beginning of this. They flash back to what happened last season just to remind us. Did we not get any new photo shoot or promo for Married to Medicine this season? I couldn't find like a new promo. I do have the one from last season. I mean, we don't have much of a cast change. So then there's that. But I was sort of like, where is the new promo for Married to Medicine? I don't even have it on my thing here. I do have a photo of Contessa. Contessa's back with us. How do you guys feel about Contessa being back? I'm okay with it because she's a friend of. I wasn't okay with it before because Contessa was trying to gaslight the audience, making it seem like you didn't show us that your husband and your relationship were the problem. And then you came back in the following season blaming Heavenly. And we're like, no, you made it seem like there were some serious issues. That we were concerned for your safety in that relationship. So I'm okay with Contessa coming back because she really is friends with these women. She's really hanging out with these women. And I much rather Contessa than fake phony Phaedra. Just saying. All right. So Fancy says the premiere of Married to Medicine was 10 out of 10. Look, they gave us a Freaknik party. And a lot of us loved the Summer House Martha's Vineyard Freaknik party. But this doesn't compare. They went all out. They spent money on this Freaknik party, on the Whitnik party. I'm going to call it Freaknik because the Whitnik, yeah, I get what they're playing there, but it's hard to, like, say, it doesn't roll off the tongue, okay? So I'm going to call it the Freaknik party, okay? And if you saw the Freaknik documentary, you saw that both Dr. Simone and Cecil were actually at Freaknik. They were in the documentary, which was interesting. All right. I know they want to paint the narrative that Freaknik was one way, but we know what Freaknik was. I mean, I was a baby I'm not a baby, but I was like a little kid. So I definitely need to go to Freaknik. But I always, we would say, if we were talking about anything freaky, we were like, oh, you went to Freaknik. Or so it would always be that sort of connotation. And I'm not saying because I never went, so I don't know. But I guess that was the after party. That was before the freak offs. Okay. Look, okay. So Dr. Simone and Cecil are celebrating 35 years of their college reunion. So they want to throw this party called the Whitnik. Okay, no. But I liked it, but I'm like, it doesn't roll off the tongue for me, okay? But I like the party. So they want to plan this party, and they talk about Freaknik and, what they were doing during Freaknik. Everyone, was weighing in what they were doing during Freaknik. Dr. Jackie was in medical school, so Dr. Jackie. Here's the thing, Dr. Jackie. What is your redeeming quality? Okay, you're smart. What is the fun side? I mean, no, she doesn't. No. Look, no. I was like, okay, at least Dr. Jackie would be like, I went to Freaknik once. Not even that. Look, not even that. Fine. Phaedra says that did she go? No, she couldn't go to Freaknik, because she's so conservative. Now, all of a sudden, she's conservative. But we know back in the day, her preacher father and mother were not going to let her go to Freaknik. Okay, she was like, it's too risque. All right. Heavenly says, I went to Freaknik. We know Heavenly. But what were you doing at Freaknik? I don't think she would ever admit it. I don't think she would ever admit it. But who else didn't go to Freaknik? Toya says she was too, like, when she went to college, when she was a freshman in college, that's when Freaknik had sort of like it was like on its way out. And I think I'm around the same age as them, as Dr. Eugene and Toya. So maybe I'm a little younger. I agree. Like, Freaknik wasn't a thing for me, but I knew of it. Someone said, where was Curtis? Curtis is finally back from the Dominican Republic this season. He was at the Freaknik party. Okay. Curtis was at the Freaknik party. Do we know what the cast trip was? Did we go to the DR this year? Okay. Anyways, moving along. So they're talking about the Freaknik party and the plans for the Freaknik party. I have to say, though, I did enjoy the name of some of the drinks, like Eat the Peach, but my favorite one was Wit the Ish. I have to say Ish, but Wit the that's a cute name. Because it's a play on their last name, and then, the feeling of the vibes of the drink and the party. I was like, that's a cute name. Eat the Peach was a cute name too. I don't know if the drinks were any good, but these were some of the names. So Dr. Simone says she invited everyone that she keeps in touch with. Anyone else? Like, I'm an avid watcher of Married to Medicine. When did Cecil and Quad become besties? And why you like to hang out with women when your wife is uncomfortable with them. All of a sudden now you want to hang out with Quad. Look, Quad. Now there's some sort of beef. You have a history. You remember your marriage was on the rocks when you were best friends with that lady. And you had to leave that lady alone in order to save your marriage. Now all of a sudden your wife is not getting along with Quad and y'all besties. All of a sudden, you're besties. I'm here for it. They look like they're a good time, Cecil and Quad. They look like they were having a good time. Anyways, so Cecil asked Dr. Simone, did you invite Quad? Because she's like, I invited everyone that I'm in touch with. All right, so now we're starting off the season because I couldn't remember what happened at the last episode. And I was like, didn't y'all all make peace? I do love it how the fans have amnesia this season. I'm not saying that Dr. Simone is innocent, and I cringed as well as everyone else when she started to bring up the incident that happened at Quad's home. You notice how production did not include it. They kept on playing the reunion, but they didn't go as far as Dr. Simone went into the story. We all cringed. Like, that was wrong. But they made peace at the reunion. But Dr. Simone says that Quad, when she got back to Atlanta, started seeing, wait, someone says, hold on. Danny says, no, they've been close, Kemp. He said this in an interview. Okay, if I have to go read interviews about how close they are, then no. Based on what we've watched on the show, Quad and Cecil have never been close. So if they've been close before and we've been watching the show for 11 seasons, no. Please, no. If I have to go watching interviews to know how close people are, then throw the whole thing away. Come on. Anyways, back to this. Season 11, we find out that Cecil and Quad have been deep friends. Really? Goodness. Anyways, what was I saying? Look, I just got mad. Like, what? I gotta go watch an interview to know that they're close. You kidding me? Mm-mm. So Dr. Simone says that Quad went home and started seeing what all of y'all was saying on social media. Because you remember, like, I know it's been a while since we talked about Married to Medicine, but you remember on social media, all of a sudden people were defending Quad and felt bad. Whoa, Quad. They kicked her off the trip. Should they have invited her on the trip and then kicked her off the trip? Look, okay, fine. Look, fine. But we can't sit here and act like we don't remember that Quad is also the problem. Quad is also the problem. Quad is not innocent. And Quad pays a lot of attention to social media. And so does Heavenly. Because you see all of a sudden in heaven, Quad needs, we need to apologize to Quad. You remember the tweet she put out after all the backlash that she was receiving for how Quad was treated during that trip? Heavenly reads into social media. Someone did someone did an interview. Someone did an interview and said that about Heavenly. She's very aware of social media. I can't remember who did it, who said it. And they said that Heavenly's very aware of social media. So if Heavenly was getting backlash, you saw the tweet. She was backtracking. She's like, "Oh, we did Quad so wrong. We did Quad." No, you didn't. Quad doesn't like any of you. She might like you, Heavenly. She doesn't like any of those other women. Okay? She doesn't like any of those other women. All right? But she knows that she has to get along to go along in order to be on the show. Every season in the last couple of seasons, Quad is Quad's not coming back. Quad is coming back. Quad is just a friend of the show. Oh, it was Mariah. Thank you, Jay. I couldn't remember. It's like someone said it. Mariah said that Heavenly is very aware of social media. It was Mariah. But now I see it, Mariah. Now I see it. So here's the thing. I believe that Jackie, very aware of social media, and Heavenly only apologized to Quad because of the backlash that they received. So Dr. Simone says that Quad started reading all the comments and all of a sudden stopped communicating because she said that they were communicating. But she says Quad was reading the comments and then started putting out these tweets. And Quad, I've seen some behavior from Quad on social media that has made me go, yeah, she's very much reading the comments on social media. She's very much getting hyped up by the hype on social media because a lot of people turned on the cast of Married to Medicine and they were like, woo, 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 Quad. Oh, they treating you so bad, Quad. Quad don't like these people. All these people actually like each other and hang out with each other when the cameras are not rolling. Quad wasn't doing that. Quad learned her lesson, though, this time around. It was just like, I'm going to stay connected to everybody because that's the way I'm going to secure my job. But she don't like these people. She don't like these people. But she will chuck and jive in order to keep her check. Because what does her man do? Her man's fine and he's Jamaican. What does he do for a living? I guess we'll find out. Because if he makes enough money, Quad's leaving the show. Once she secures that bag, she's leaving the show. She won't leave the show. You know why? Because Quad doesn't just want the money. She wants the fame. I get that from her. And she's a Taurus, so I can say this. And Tauruses aren't set up that way. I got to see the rest of her chart. But, oof. Look, oof. Look, oof. Okay? I just find it so interesting how social media, the fans, have such amnesia when it comes to Quad. And I'm not saying that Dr. Simone is innocent. Dr. Simone was trash for bringing up what happened, because that had to be hard. Because you literally see Quad's reaction during the reunion, like, Simone, come on. Like, I understand her, like, and then Simone keeps going. Disrespectful. However, Quad ain't innocent. Why all of a sudden y'all like, woo woo Quad, woo woo woo? Really? Not over here. I'm gonna be like Dr. Simone. Social media ain't gonna make me change my mind. That's why I don't read y'all comments. Okay, a couple of them. Then I stop reading. All right. So that's what ends up being the issue at the top of this season is that Quad, they were in communication. Her and Dr. Simone were in communication. And then Quad started reading all the comments and stopped reaching out. Okay. All right. So Dr. Heavenly goes over Quad's house. Dr. Heavenly's water broke. Her water broke in the driveway. And I said to myself, oh, Dr. Heavenly's about to give birth. That's why we got the Similac in the cabinets. Okay, it was a vase, but I was like, that's perfect. Her water broke. So she goes over to Heavenly's house. Quad says she hasn't heard much from the other women. The only person she's heard from is Heavenly, and Heavenly apologized. And she's like, you know what, Heavenly? You are very good at realizing when you're wrong and when you need to apologize. And Heavenly's like, sometimes I apologize and I don't mean it. We know. But I mean it this time. And Quad talks about Simone, and she's like, Simone needs to be accountable. Okay. Here's the thing, though. We have to remember the timeline of the situation. Remember at the end of the reunion, Dr. Simone and Quad were fine. But Quad ended up reading the comments and all y'all saying, y'all did Quad so bad. Y'all did her so wrong. Okay, fine. She did. I mean, she was inappropriate, and maybe Quad was being strong. That's what Heavenly was saying. She was being strong in the moment. That's why she didn't say anything, but it hit her later that what Dr. Simone said. Well, then you reach out to someone, right? You don't wait till filming. You reach out to someone and you say, I didn't, I know we made peace, but I didn't love what you said. I didn't love what you said. So Quad talks about accountability, and I said, are we serious right now? Are we really serious right now? Quad talking about accountability? All right, fine. Fine. Guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like the video. It's easy, it's free, and we are recapping the first time in a long time. Woo, a year later, we are talking about Married to Medicine, one of our favorite shows on Bravo to recap and watch. I think it will become even more of our favorite once Phaedra's gone. Okay. Sweet Tea and Dr. Gregory. How are we feeling? I want to start calling her Letitia, but we recap Love and Marriage Huntsville. We got a Tisha over there, a Trisha over there. I just want to keep calling her Sweet Tea. Okay, we're just going to call her Sweet Tea. So Sweet Tea said, we've been working on a baby. Okay, I don't know. I don't know if by the end of the season we'll find out if she's pregnant or not. But they've been working on having a child. All right. So they go over to Phaedra's home, and because she also wants to learn how to swim. Okay, Phaedra, this is why I say I don't mind Phaedra, to be honest with you. I don't mind, especially on a show like Traitors, because she's never, we don't require Phaedra to give us anything about her life. But you see, Phaedra can never really be authentic. She's coming out in a whole costume, and we see her boys there fine. She's coming out in a costume. And look, I enjoyed it. I was like, here come Phaedra. Okay? Here come Phaedra in a whole a Baywatch costume. Phaedra says that she was a swim instructor and a lifeguard. What job has Phaedra not done? She says she swam with sharks, and she was bit on the butt by a seal. See, this is where Phaedra loses me, okay? Because Phaedra's is lying. Now she's exaggerating the truth. She's like, oh, I got hit, and I got bit on the butt by a seal. And then I whacked that seal, and he said, huh? Oh, and you know what else that I did? I was also the president of the United States. Yeah, of course I was. And we're supposed to sit here and believe it. Look, we're supposed to sit here and believe it. And don't get me wrong, I do believe that Phaedra is a smart woman. I mean, she bamboozled Bravo to bring her back. Look, she bamboozled Bravo to bring her back, and she's got so many different checks since then. Ooh, fine. She will be on Real Housewives of Atlanta as full-time person, even though she arrived 2 weeks before the end. You can already tell in Phaedra's confessionals that she has an issue with Heavenly, but we have to remember these confessionals are filmed months later, and this is probably filmed after allegedly Heavenly brought Apollo and his wife on the show. I believe Heavenly did do that. I also believe the producers were a part of it. Heavenly knows what she's doing. She's very self-aware. She knows what makes good TV. And this is what happens when you've been on television for too long, because you start becoming a producer. Just saying. So Sweet Tea wants to learn how to swim. Dr. Gregory's off, watching her swim, and okay, fine. Sweet Tea's just awkward, and I don't mind her. To be honest with you, I don't mind her. I think she is what was needed this season, to be honest with you. Well, last season. So I don't really I don't mind her. I don't mind her at all. So Greg says he speaks with Phaedra about Heavenly's comments on social media, and Heavenly told Letitia that if you remember, one of the things that Letitia says that Heavenly Heavenly told her that Dr. Damon had cheated. Okay. So he had his own issues with Dr. Damon Daddy. Okay. Here's the thing though. I get why Dr. Damon might be upset by what Dr. Gregory said because that is his character. But at the same time, if y'all not cool like that, and I look, there are some friends that I'm friendly with. I'm like, I can't sit here and say that you never cheated on your wife. Like, we're cool, but we're not that cool. So I didn't see a problem with Dr. Gregory's like, I don't know what you do. Okay, because at the end of the day, if it comes out that he did cheat, now I look like a fool for defending you. I'm like, I don't know what you do. But he don't have a backbone, so he can't stand on what he just said. Me, on the other hand, I'm like, Dr. Damon, I don't know what you do. What you gonna do to me? What you gonna do? I don't know what you do. Like, we're cool, but I don't know. Look, I don't know. I cheated. You probably cheated. I'm talking about Dr. Gregory, okay? He cheated. Remember, we found out he cheated on Quad. So he's talking about that with Phaedra, and then one of the things that was blurred out by production was the PDF hashtag that Dr. Heavenly posted about Dr. Gregory. Look, I will say, and again, this goes back to when people are on reality television too long and they're producing moments. I think because Heavenly's behavior has been rewarded, she sometimes goes too far. And last season, she went too far when it came to people that were people like Letitia, Sweetie, that have reproductive issues and things like that, or challenges. And she said some horrendous things about that. So Sweetie hated that. Of course, Dr. Gregory hated that. But then, in attacking Dr. Gregory, she referred to him as a pedophile. I'm just going to say it like that, okay? And make comments about his practice. And of course, Phaedra had to come out with the facts. This is where I say, like, Phaedra's smart, but at the same time, I'm like, where did that come from? She says that, she's like, this, right? Currently, there's 561 black men in medical school. She's like, we got to protect Gregory. No, we don't. And second of all, how many black women are in medical school? I would like to know that number. Can someone Google schmoogle that? If Dr. Gregory is a terrible human being, no, we don't need to protect him. We don't. The same way we didn't need to protect the doctor that killed Michael Jackson. Oh, where did that come from? Where did that come from? I was like, no, we don't really need to protect Dr. Gregory. But I do feel like Heavenly went too far. She went too far by putting that hashtag. But that's the thing. Don't fight with somebody from Florida because they go to hell. They go to hell. Doesn't make it right, but I ain't arguing with nobody from Florida. They go right to hell. Okay? Anyways, all right. Dr. Simone and Cecil go over Heavenly and Dr. Damon Daddy's home. Beautiful home. And I don't know if we've seen this before on any other reality show where they have a hibachi chef come and they do hibachi, and I'm like, the food looked delicious too. So they're in the backyard having hibachi, having a good old time. Here's the thing though. Heavenly and Dr. Simone, as you know, they've had an on-again, off-again friendship over the years. Just last season, Dr. Simone was screaming at Heavenly because of Heavenly bringing up, why are we going back to wherever that place was? What was the name of the place that they went last season? And that's where Curtis was cheating. Y'all remember. Anyways. Exactly. DeLorean says, protect Dr. Gregory from what? I don't know. So here's the thing, though. Dr. Heavenly and Simone's relationship, and they're trying to make us believe, like, oh, no, we're good. We can argue, but we've made it back. There are some redeeming qualities about Heavenly. Watch them end up fighting again. And it's not like a frenemy situation, all right? It's not a frenemy situation. It's more like I hate you, but I'm Hilton Head. Thank you, guys. Oh, yeah, he got head in Hilton Head. Thank you, guys. Allegedly. Hilton Head. That's where Curtis was. But now he's in the DR. He's like, let me take my stuff international. I'm look, I don't know this for fact, guys, but I believe something's going on in DR. I don't know this for fact, but I just believe that something's going on in DR with Curtis and some lady. Oh, thank you, Kim. Kim says, I knew the number was higher. Shout out to all the black men. I'm a black man. But Kim B says, or Kimmy says 1,007 black women are currently enrolled in medical school. That's double the amount of black men. Almost double the amount of black men. All right? So congratulations to those black women. If you're one of those black women that watches the channel and you're in medical school, I feel like we do know someone that's in medical school. And I apologize if I don't remember who it is. But if you are one of those black women that is in medical school right now and you watch the channel, can you let us know? Can you let us know, please, in the live chat or in the comment section? We appreciate it. Look, we appreciate it. But anyways, okay? I just wish Phaedra would have pointed out the number of black women too, but I get it. She was talking about Dr. Gregory. So we got to protect our black men. Okay, girl. Look, all right, fine. So the relationship between Dr. Simone and Heavenly, I feel like, not that it's an alliance, I just feel like it's convenient. It's convenient, all right? I think very much like Housewives, they understand, okay, we got to get along, we have to film together. Yes, they hang out outside of the show, but thank you so much, Tammy says that number is from 2022. Okay. I mean, I don't know if we can get a number in 2024 when we're currently in it, but either way, not surprised. Not surprised. All right. What else happened? Okay, so at this, they have the hibachi. The food looked delicious. So they start talking about Heavenly's issues with Dr. Gregory and Letitia. So, of course, Heavenly does not see it for Letitia. I think Heavenly is producing the show. I don't think she really has a deep-rooted issue with Letitia. I think she's like, you know what? That's going to be the storyline this season. I'm going to run with that. Because there has to be some sort of issue. And if you watched her recaps on YouTube, then look, she's very calculated. She's very calculated. She knows what she's doing. Temi says, in 2022, black men were 2,900, about 3.1%. All right, thank you for the numbers. All right, thank you for the numbers. We appreciate it. Okay, but so I wonder, because remember this is filmed. Well, I guess this is filmed this year. Married to Medicine. So I'd be interested to know what the numbers are for this year. But then again, we're going by Phaedra. Like, Phaedra's smart, but Phaedra also talks out the side of her face and just makes stuff up too. So I'm just trying to wonder if anything she said was true. It's true. Anyways, I got my little crystals here, y'all. On TikTok, Nubix Cafe says, what is Heavenly's storyline aside from other people's business? I mean, that's always been the comment about Heavenly. She won't give up anything in regards to her relationship and what might be going in her family. Okay. Exactly. NASA says Heavenly every season has a beef. And I feel like she's leaning into having a beef with Sweet Tea. It's almost like she's hazing Sweet Tea because for whatever reason. Is she doing the dirty work of Quad? Maybe. Because even Quad's relationship with Sweet Tea last season felt weird. Like, the comments that she was making in interviews off of the show. I know I just mentioned why we're bringing that up, but I couldn't help it. But yeah, so she was saying some like horrendous things about Sweet Tea. So it will be interesting to see how they navigate their own friendship or relationship on the show this season as well. Okay. Oh no, God's Child says, I love the reviews. I stopped watching Married to Medicine many years ago because of Heavenly and Quad. Wow. Well, Hey, Rita, thank you so much for the super chat. Rita says, your Phaedra impersonation, I can't. See you next week. Is it next week? Oh, damn. No, don't rush my life. I got to pack again. But now I have to pack different clothes for London. Thank you, Rita, for the super chat. We appreciate the support. Tyrese, thank you so much for the super chat. Tyrese says, Dr. Scott versus Ashley. Who sang it better? Dr. Scott, actually. To be honest with you. You saw when he sang, he actually sounded in tune. I'm going to give it to Dr. Scott. Thank you for that question. That is a really good point. Dr. Scott's 1,000 times better than what Ashley gave us. Come on now. That's not even a real thing. Okay. All right. So at this dinner, they talk about Heavenly's issues with Letitia and Dr. Gregory. Fine. Simone says that she does owe Quad an apology for bringing up the incident at the reunion. They flash back to that. But Quad hugged her at the end of the reunion. So she thought that they were in a good place. All right? And that they left on good terms. So we find out that Cecil has been hanging out with Quad, and he invited her to the Freaknik celebration, but he's not telling Dr. Simone. Okay. Does Dr. Simone know that you hang out with Quad? Look, does she know that? Exactly. Danny says, I can't believe the show is next week. The Kempire After Dark live experience coming to London. Time flew by a little too quick for me. I mean, I can't wait to come to London, but damn. Damn. Willie says, hey, y'all, late pass. It's okay. I was late too. I could do without seeing Contessa on this show again. There's something about her that I just don't care for. I think her being a friend of the season might make us like her a little bit more. We do get to see her in the very first episode at the Freaknik party. And she really didn't offer much in that besides arriving. Okay. So they talk about, so Cecil invited Quad to this party, but he didn't tell Dr. Simone. It seems as if Dr. Simone is willing to apologize to Quad because, look, can you argue the fact that Dr. Simone bringing up that horrific incident that happened at Quad's house was too far? Yes, and I think that Dr. Simone agrees that I should apologize for that. But I think Dr. Simone felt like blindsided at the fact that they were communicating, they were talking, and then all of a sudden Quad was reading social media comments and jumped on that bandwagon instead of just talking to her friend and saying, like, I felt hurt by what you said at the reunion. I know I didn't say it at the reunion, but now looking back at it, I was hurt by it. All right. What else happened in this episode? Okay, let's get to the Whitnik party. They did a good job from the 40s, all the little branding that they did. Would you want to see this every season? I don't think they need to do it every season. I think because of the celebration of Freaknik and everything that happened this year, I felt like it was perfect. But they went all out. The costumes were costuming. Okay. Who had the best costume though? Here's the thing. I hoped that Dr. Heavenly would have wore the red wig and not that Baps wig because that wasn't Freaknik. Like, as someone that never went, but I saw photos, that wasn't Freaknik. They weren't wearing any of those things. I don't know what Phaedra was wearing. That's what Phaedra wears on a regular day, but okay. Fine. I appreciated the souped up car entrance. Everyone had like an entrance with that. I was like, this is great. I like this. But who were the other people at this party? Like, that's the thing. Like, the early years of Married to Medicine, when they would have a big event, it was like a bunch of doctors there. I felt like I saw some of the kids. Hey, how you doing? I saw a lot of that in the background. I was like a lot of young folks, not like the doctors and things like that. I was like, what is going? Heather Locklear says, I survived Freaknik 1996. See, I was too young for Freaknik 1996. I was either in, I think I was in my freshman year of high school. I think so. OMG. Yeah, so no. Look, just saying. Yes, I did see T.S. Madison in the background at the Freaknik party. Again, what is happening to Married to Medicine? No shade to T.S. Madison, but and I do know that T.S. Madison knows the girls. But normally, like in the early years of Married to Medicine, when we would have a group event, like the party where Toya and Mariah were fighting and almost went into the pool, those were doctors. Even Heavenly was in that scene. There were doctors and wives of doctors at these events. Now we're at the Freaknik party with a bunch of randoms. Sorry, people that were there. With a bunch of randoms in the back. What is going on? Were these people hired and paid? Okay. Hold on. Wait, I saw Miss. I saw a comment. I wanted to find. Oh, here it is. Miss Bernice says, those were members of their class. No, it wasn't. Those people looked really young. And I know black don't crack, but it wasn't that good. Look, it wasn't that good. All right. Yes, doctors on the dock. Come on now. Doctors on the dock. Come on, bring Mariah back. I'm sorry. Look, bring Mariah back. If Nene can come back, Mariah can come back. Okay? Definitely Mariah can come back. I know she got a settlement, right? Not some of y'all have been to Freaknik, okay? All right. Anyways, I will say this though. I thought the party was good. I love the 40s, and I love the branding of everything. They had a whole stage. It definitely gave what it was supposed to give as a vibe. I just was sort of like thrown off by the side characters. I was just like, okay. But anyways, I say all that to say, who had the best costume though? I have to say, when you look at the throwback of Dr. Simone and Cecil, their outfit, they don't look exactly like they did back then, but it gave that energy. So I was like, oh, I like their look. They didn't have to do a lot. But Simone's wig, by the end of that party, I don't know how hot it was in Georgia at the time, but her wig was like all the way back here. I was like, what is going on with this wig? At one particular point, Dr. Heavenly had to take her Baps wig off. I was like, and Heavenly's other wig was, so Heavenly, you put your Baps wig on top of another wig? Okay. Look, Toya looks cute. Definitely Toya looks cute. Eugene looked cute. Dr. Damon, daddy, he said anytime it came time to go to Freaknik, something would always come up, a test or whatnot. All right, but your future wife was at Freaknik. You could have met her back then. Can you imagine? Anyways, so he didn't really dress up for it. Mind you, the men didn't have to do too much. Dr. Damon did. I'm gonna need you to do better. Play along. Anyways, Dr. Jackie looked all right. She looked all right. Okay. I also love how when people arrived, they did a little graphic with them, like, and gave them like their freak nickname. That was fine. Contessa looked great. Contessa arrived with Letitia and Dr. Gregory. Letitia was doing what you needed to do. She's a woman of the younger age, and what we've heard of Freaknik, this is what we thought people were doing. So she was on the back of the car twerking, and here's the thing, Dr. Gregory, you are so boring. Like, he was like fake slapping. That's your wife. You could actually slap her butt. Why is it was giving TJ from Potomac. Like, slap her butt. Like, that's your wife. And I'm sure she would have no problem with it. Look, slap it. He was like this. Sir, that's your wife. You could touch her butt. She was twerking. And what I didn't realize was Dr. Simone and Dr. Scott, not just Simone, Dr. Contessa and Dr. Scott were in the car too. So everyone reacts. Everyone has a bad reaction. Like, this is not going to be good. Everyone reacts to Dr. Contessa. Here's the thing. Everyone's reaction to me was a little weird because I was like, none of y'all have issues, but maybe they were more concerned about the issues between Dr. Contessa and Heavenly. All these people still hang out with Contessa. Like, even after she left, like, she was still at events and things like that when they weren't filming. All right. Thank you so much, Wilson, on TikTok. Thank you. Shout out to everyone watching on TikTok. Those of you watching on Twitch and Twitter, we're talking about Married to Medicine, their Whitnik party. Well, now it's rolling off my tongue. Not really. So Dr. Contessa's there, and Dr. Contessa even Heavenly hugs Dr. Contessa, and she's just like, okay. Because you remember, they had a major falling out last season. Well, not last season, the season before last. And that was part of the reason why I believe that Dr. Contessa didn't come back. I think they were offering her, I don't know, I can't remember the story. I think they offered her like a friend of or something like that. Dr. Contessa wanted to come back. Dr. Contessa needs this check. Let's be honest. Miss Aisha says, Contessa's face definitely looked different, but you didn't hear that from me. Well, remember, she lost a lot of weight. Remember, she was doing the fitness stuff, so that might be why she looks different. I don't think she did anything to her face. I don't think she did anything to her face. But you never know. You never know. But I don't think so. And also, she was wearing a costume, so it's really hard to tell. Anyways, so Sweet Tea, as I said, brought Contessa with her. Dr. Simone says that they end up talking about the issues that Dr. Simone has had with Quad. So as they're celebrating, Dr. Simone goes on stage and it's like, celebrating the 35th anniversary of their college reunion. All right. And that's when Quad decides to arrive. She arrives late. She wanted to make an entrance. And do I believe she did that on purpose? Yes. I do believe she did that on purpose. Because Quad wants to make an entrance. That is just who she is. So Dr. Simone says that Dr. Jackie and Dr. Heavenly felt pressure from social media to apologize. And they flash back to when Dr. Jackie apologized. They flash back to when Dr. Heavenly apologized. And I agree with her. Because remember last season, a lot of people, between Dr. Jackie and the things that she said in an old clip on Heavenly's YouTube channel, and then her not showing any accountability during the reunion last season, they were getting it. So I know Dr. Jackie probably finally decided, I'm just going to apologize to Quad. I don't need any more heat on me. But Dr. Jackie, we haven't forgotten. We haven't forgotten, okay? And we still want to know where Curtis is going in the DR. We'll see how much he is here this season. Just saying. Okay. If you don't want us to talk about your marriage, you don't be on a reality show about your marriage. Married to Medicine. Okay? Oh, Mary says, how are you a doctor and need this chick? Well, ask Dr. Contessa. The practice, I don't know if it's doing that well. Okay? Allegedly. Anyways, we're not going to delve into it. She's just a friend of this season, okay? All right, let me say thank you, guys. Don't forget to like the video, guys. It's easy and it's free. We're talking about the latest episode of Married to Medicine. Caramel complected. You got to be of a particular age to even recognize a name like that. They say, I said this earlier in the chat, but I'll repeat. Hilton Head, South Carolina, and cheating isn't where the John Mellencamp's daughter is from. Oh, wait, isn't that where John Mellencamp's daughter? So you mean the Nat? I see that she recently spoke out about the cheating rumors and things like that. Ugh, I really don't care. Andy did say he doesn't understand how people. I did see this as a clip from Bravo Fan Fest. Say that he, when asked about Teddy possibly being on OC or Beverly Hills, he was just like, "We're good in the OC, and Beverly Hills, we're not even thinking about casting right now." But he also doesn't understand how come people really just don't like Teddy. Well, you probably haven't seen everything that we've seen, Andy. Just saying. Thank you, Caramel Complected, for the super chat. Angel, thank you so much for the super chat, and thank you for being a member. Angel says, Cecil, when are you going to stand up for your wife? Looking out for Quinn. That was the best friend. Really embarrassing. When will he stop throwing his wife under the bus? I don't know. I mean, that's a question for him. Look, that's a question for him. All right. All right. So Simone says that Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Simone caved to the pressure, but she's like, no, I'm not going to do that. I said what I said. I don't care what social media has to say about it. Honestly, I respect someone like that because that's how I feel about my comments here. A lot of you might not like my comments, but this is a review. This is what a review does. We comment on what we see. You may not agree with me, and sometimes I might be wrong when it comes to the facts of a situation. That's fine. But I'm not wrong in my opinion on how I feel. So Dr. Simone says, I'm standing on it. She says, I do need to apologize to her for talking about the family tragedy stuff, but I'm not going to fold to the peer pressure of social media, which I don't blame you, Dr. Simone. I don't blame you. I'm glad she didn't. And I think that her and Quad will make amends even before the next episode, okay? But I do feel like a lot of these people, including Quad, they are paying a lot of attention to social media. They're paying a lot of attention to social media. Margaret says, hold on, Margaret. Margaret says, I'm glad Cecil didn't side with Simone. She was absolutely wrong for bringing up the death of Quad's family member the way she did and owes Quad a real apology. But I wish he would have said, that's the thing though. I can see Cecil not siding with Simone, but I wish he would say it to Simone. You know what I mean? But I think she knows that now. Thank you, Antoinette. Antoinette says, we love you here at Kempire. I know. You guys always loving on me. I appreciate it. Mary says, but we don't care for faux Tedora Mellencamp. So Fancy said, that's the beauty of life. We're all different, and it's okay to have different of opinions. Agreed. I might not like your opinion, but that's fine. It's all about how you present it too. As long as you're not being disgusting about it, like some people are. Some people on social media have been disgusting about their opinions. All right. What else did I want to say about this? So Quad arrives. Quad does reach out and hug Simone. But of course, I believe we're going to get that one-on-one conversation. They're not going to do it here at this party. Thankfully so. We get a performance from Dr. Scott. I could have did without that, to be honest with you. But if I had to choose between Dr. Scott's performance and Ashley Darby's performance, I will take Dr. Scott. I'm going to take his performance. All right? Heavenly, first of all, Dr. Damon Daddy's not up under her. So she's like, where's Daddy? Damon. Throughout the entire party, Damon. She's too busy worried that Damon's looking at Quad's friend. Where's Damon? Damon is minding his business. Do you guys think that Dr. Damon Daddy cheated on Heavenly? I do. Look, there are a lot of people that you know that have been in long relationships that have had cheating happen. But for them, the cheating wasn't a deal breaker. There are plenty of people. We were just talking about this during my live show. We were talking about Leela Rashawn and her husband, Antoine Fuqua, who was kissing up on Nicole Murphy abroad. She's still with him. Okay? Look at Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith. They've had cheating in their relationship. I don't know if they consider it cheating or entanglement. Whatever you want to call it. People have these things happen. Could that work for me? Hell no. No, I know I say that now, but the way the Tauruses are set up, and this is, I know some of you don't believe in astrological signs, but let me tell you something. This is how I know they are real. Because the way a Taurus is set up, no, you cheat on me. I was about to cuss, and I don't even cuss unless I'm at the Kempire After Dark live experience. No. You cheat on me, it's done. We're big on loyalty, though, as Tauruses. So, and if we are loyal to you, we're going to give you our all. It takes a lot to get into the heart of a Taurus, but once you're in there, it's going to take a lot. All right? But if you break that trust, you're dead to me. You're dead to me. Okay? Just a warning to the future Mr. Kempire, okay? But I understand that's not everyone's thing, and I would never judge anyone that decides to stay in a relation. Okay, I might judge. I'm just not gonna tell you. But I'm judging, but I'm not going to tell you that I'm judging. No, I'm not judging. I'm gonna keep it. At the end of the day, you love it. Look, but don't come to me later like he cheated again. Of course he did, fool. Thailand says orange prison suits and jail time. See, I don't want anyone to bring me to that level. Why am I going to lose my freedom over you? No, I'm just going to leave you. All right? Private person says, I've never met a loyal Taurus. Are you kidding me? That's like one of our main attributes is our loyalty. Lies you tell. Okay? Ooh, Daphne says, you cheat on me, I develop a hatred towards you. Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. Miss Brown Sugar says, whoever said a Jamaican Q, of course, he cheated, and you probably right. Jay says, Candy's a Taurus and Todd cheats on her. No, they have an open not, I don't want to say open relationship, but they invite people into their bedroom together, which for me is interesting that Candy can do that, because I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I could do it. I don't want to do it. And y'all know in the gay community, it happens all the time. It happens all the time. And I've met a lot of people that are in open relationships, and I'm like, how's that? I guess people want to be able to have that code, like, what is it? Their person, so they could do things with, and but also be able to have the option to say, no, that's not going to work for me. I know I say that now, and maybe I'll change it as I get older, and I just don't see it. I don't see it. But I don't judge you guys that want to do that, okay? I don't, all right? Ooh, RN Diva says, cheating at this point is normalized and accepted. Is it? Tell Singleton says, Taurus here. You cheat on me, Holy Ghost fire. Let me see. Mr. Melon Magic says, have you ever talked to someone in an open relationship? What do you mean talk to someone? I'm sure I have. There are plenty of people in open relationships. Are you trying to ask? Really? That's a question for Kempire After Dark. See you December 8th, London. And then we'll be in Washington, D.C., January 24th. All right? Foxy says, you cheat, your behind is out the door. Some people say that, though, and then they're in a relationship, and then it's like, they change their mind. I don't think I would, though. Hey, Jasmine. Jasmine says, Kempire, you got some cancer in you, though. I do. We too loyal to a fault, and often don't know when to leave a toxic situation. I can't say that's me, though. I'm always ready to be like, done. I don't waste time. I really don't. Amanda said, my husband's in the background like, no. What's he saying no to, Amanda? What's your husband saying no to? What is he saying no to? Look, Miss Bernice says, one and only for me. Just saying. How do we get on this topic? Oh, Dr. Damon. We're taking a real detour. Okay? Virgo's son says, of course you're Virgo's son. I'm a germophobic. Too many bodily fluids swooping around. Exactly. Elsington says, open relationships would never work for us. No, it wouldn't. Anyways, guys, if you're just joining us, we're talking about Married to Medicine's premiere episode. Don't forget, you can hear an audio version of our live recaps and special episodes on the Kempire podcast. More information on that will be available in the description. Don't forget to give the Kempire podcast 5 stars. We're trying to get to 1,000 reviews on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. So if you haven't done it yet, be sure to give us a 5-star review. Okay? Thank you. All right. So Heavenly finds Dr. Damon Daddy talking to Letitia. And Dr. Damon Daddy basically says to Letitia, I'm okay with whatever you repeated that Heavenly said. Which again says to me, if he's okay with her repeating that, says to me, it did happen. Right? Come on. It says to me something did happen. That's why he's not mad at Letitia repeating what Heavenly allegedly told her. He said that he's mad at Dr. Gregory for not having his back. But now I don't blame Dr. Gregory for not having your back, Dr. Damon. Because you did cheat. And if we found out that you did cheat, I hope Dr. Gregory was like, and what? Like, this is why I said, I don't know what you do. Just saying. I don't blame Dr. Gregory at this point. So Dr. Gregory's over there with the conversation as well. They're still trying to figure out their way in their friendship, Dr. Gregory and Dr. Damon Daddy. Okay? So Heavenly comes over, and of course, you know how many times I had to rewind just to rewatch this last part? Because I'll say, how did this conversation go left? Well, because Heavenly's in the conversation. That's why the conversation goes left. And Heavenly says, your wife was saying things about me. And then he's like, well, you were saying things about me. I'm like, here's the thing. At this particular point, I don't remember the timeline of things, but I don't believe that Letitia Sweet Tea is the one that started all this. Heavenly had said some really terrible things about Letitia, okay? And I don't blame Letitia for saying what she said, but even what she said, if Heavenly really did tell her that, that wasn't the worst thing that she could have said about Dr. Heavenly. Okay? So, all of a sudden it goes left really quickly between Heavenly and Letitia. And Letitia says to her, "You say another disrespectful thing about me on Instagram, I'm gonna send you a cease and desist." And then she, of course, Dr. Heavenly starts to get crunk with it, and she's like, "Let me talk to your mama. Let me talk to someone of my age or something like that." I forgot what she said, but something to that effect. And I'm like, "What is going on, Heavenly, right now?" Heavenly, I feel like, puts on the theatrics for television. She's admitted that on her own YouTube channel. So I do believe any beef that she has with Letitia, she plotted and planned that incident. Again, I think when you're on reality television too long, this is what happens. This is what happens. Ah, damn, I've been talking for like an hour. I'm going to drop the call and link. Live chat. We've got almost 1,000 of you on YouTube watching our recap of Married to Medicine. Let's get to 400 likes and I'll drop the call link for you guys. But if you are a member of the channel, I'm going to drop the call link for you guys on the community tab here on YouTube. Shout out to those of you watching on Twitch, TikTok, and on Twitter. I'm on Blue Sky, for those that have been asking for me. I am on Blue Sky. So be sure to get or follow me. TheKempire on Blue Sky. Let me just drop this call in link here. All right, members, I've dropped the call in link for you guys there. All right, live chat. Once we get to 400 likes, I'll drop the call in link for you guys here. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Fa la 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 la. I'm slowly but surely getting the studio together. Slowly but surely. Hold on, let me go more center. There we go. I feel like now I'm looking at the background. I'm like, there's so much more I could add. I need a Christmas tree. I don't think the Christmas tree that I normally have in the studio will fit here, though. New York City living, I tell you. Let me see what you guys are saying in the live chat. Glow Rock says that she's such a Scorpio in her villain era, Dr. Heavenly. Yeah, she's a Scorpio and Phaedra's a Scorpio. All right. Shay Babe says, "Sweet Tea set that trap. But I like that what Dr. Damon was saying, they're a married couple, therefore man to man should speak to each other." Yeah, but we don't see Dr. Heavenly doing that. We see Dr. Heavenly coming at Dr. Gregory on social media, call him a pedophile. All right? Just saying. Tammy says, "Why would Heavenly give someone that type of ammo? Does not make sense." That's true too. Does not make sense with what we know about Heavenly producing ways. I don't know, but that's the thing. It doesn't make sense, but I don't necessarily discard that she didn't say it. Maybe she had a weak moment. I'm just saying. Ariana says she's been in that era for 8 years. Dr. Heavenly. D says, "Heavenly turned me off to the show. She made it unwatchable for me. Too bad it was one of my faves." Oh, damn. A lot of people have said that. Eesh. Iris says, I don't think it happened. Damon is just saying Heavenly started it. Heavenly stated everything when she was at the bridal shower. I don't know. I don't know if I believe that either. Let me see. Shay says, "No, Sweet spoke to Dr. Damon. Then that's when Heavenly started talking." That's when she came over. Because remember, Dr. Damon and Sweet Tea were having their own little conversation, and Dr. Heavenly was looking for Dr. Damon. Like, Damon! Let me see what you guys... all right, live chat. I'm going to drop the call link for you guys in just a second. Let's get to 400 likes. We have a few people backstage that want to weigh in on the latest episode of Married to Medicine. This is going to be when we recap Married to Medicine conveniently, because I think back last season we did like 5:30. That's just too late for me. I'm going to try and do it at 4 o'clock if I have the time. If not, we'll be switching it. So make sure you have your notifications on so you don't miss out. Fatima, thank you so much for watching on Twitter and watching from Nigeria. Thank you for being here. All right. Let me bring up our callers. Wendy's backstage. We're going to bring Wendy up. Wendy, what did you have to say about the latest episode of Married to Medicine?
Hey, Kempire. I'm first again.
Yeah,
Yay, yay.
pays to be a
Okay.
member.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so um I know back in the Freaknik days, I know it was 94. I went to UT Chat. I was about to go, but I decided not to because Chattanooga is like 30 minutes away from Atlanta. So I was like, no, I'm a good girl. I don't think I should go. So I didn't go.
Oh,
So I marked myself safe from Freaknik. You will not see no photo footage of me on no Freaknik. But anyway, I think Heavenly is just a hot mess. And I agree with you. When she was looking for Damon, he was probably trying to talk to some other girl or getting it on or dancing with some other girl. Because I was like, where was he? Also, um, I'm just gonna have to play it episode by episode because Heavenly does kind of put a bad taste in my mouth with Married to Medicine. I'm
mm,
like, okay, because what she did was not right. I was like, come on now, y'all doctors and y'all acting like this
mm,
and y'all making us look bad. It's
mm.
making us look really, really bad. You putting us now, you putting yourself now at what's it, love and hip hop level now. And we don't need that
Okay.
with the way you're doing it. But I'm interested to see where it goes and all that stuff, and that's it.
Okay. Thank you, Wendy, for
Oh,
calling in.
right. Bye bye.
Bye. Let me restart the clock. All right. I see a lot of people saying that about Heavenly, and we have to remember some of the things that Heavenly said last season. Not only hurt Sweet Tea, but a lot of other women that were going through infertility issues. Like some of their comments were disgusting, and I think because Heavenly's behavior has been rewarded over the years, that she didn't realize when to stop and when to pull back. All right, Tyler's backstage. We're going to bring Tyler up in just a second. Guys, I'm going to drop the call link for the general audience. Again, if you're a member of the channel, the link is available on the community tab for you, but I'm going to drop the call link in the live chat. Let's bring Tyler up next. Tyler, what did you want to share?
Okay, so I do want to say this. I do think that Heavenly's response was tacky, but we do have to keep in mind Sweet Tea brought up her dead mama, said she was in hell and all those things first. I want to say this about Quad. I do think Quad is very selfish. However, I watched her in Heavenly on live last night. She actually
Oh,
took full account. She took full accountability for her and Simone's situation. And what she said was, Simone, she's not mad about anything as far as social media. She was mad because she thought the producers was going to take that out, which is why she went and made up with Simone. But seeing that it was still on TV, it hit a wound. But she's okay. She was like,
mm,
Simone did nothing wrong. She knows that Simone was trying to drive her point. So she did take accountability on the live with Heavenly, and she was like, they're in a good place, and she doesn't want people attacking her. So I will, give her
okay.
that.
All
Um,
convenient to say off the show, but okay.
well, I kind of get it. If I went, she said she went to the producers and she thought that that part would be cut out.
Mm,
However, they played it and it did touch a wound more so as far as her family, not her,
yeah,
because her family didn't want to see that. But
yeah.
whatever. Phaedra, I want to touch on this very briefly. I will say this. There's an air of arrogance that Phaedra has to, and she thinks that she's that girl right now because Bravo, let's be real, they've been struggling to find someone to be A-list for a while. Just being for real, they have no stars there right now.
Oh, they're
I'm
starless.
inter- Right. I'm interested in seeing if they do bring a Nene back in the fold, who is
Mm,
a big name. Will that name sustain? Because it's kind of like while we're in mediation with her, we're gonna give you everything that that we think to give you, and bringing in Contessa. Do you think that they already had it planned for Phaedra to go to the Housewives? Because why is Contessa as a friend like already confessional first episode? I think that this whole Phaedra exiting thing was already planned. It's kind of showing it,
mm.
in my opinion. But that's
Okay.
all.
Okay. Thank you, Tyler, for calling in. All right. All right. I mean, that's an idea. I never thought about that, but it's hard to tell with Bravo because they don't necessarily film in sequence. So some of the things that we're seeing could have been filmed after. I do believe they wanted to bring Phaedra back. Remember, Carlos had that tea maybe a couple of years ago that they were considering bringing Phaedra back, but they didn't have it in their budget at the time because they had Candy there, they had Kenya, And when Kenya exited, that opened up the budget a little bit. So, and that's why she ended up going to Married to Medicine because they had it in their budget. Okay. I just feel like Phaedra just is not authentic. And yes, she is feeling herself right now because everyone's like, oh my God, Phaedra's so fun. Yeah, but when it comes to a real housewife, is she going to bring it or is she going to continue to give us, ooh, yes, as opposed to like something real? We shall see. I mean, in this episode alone, again, I was open last season. I was like, let me see what Phaedra's going to bring. And she ended up not bringing anything last season. And I can imagine she's probably still not going to bring anything this season. And then she's going to make an exit because of her husband being on the show with his wife that he cheated on. But I know you guys don't feel sorry for her because you said there was an overlap in her relationship, Apollo's new wife, when he was married to Phaedra. All right. When did Mr. Chocolate happen? Was that while she was still married to Apollo? All right. Lee, we're going to bring you up next. Lee, what's going on?
Hey, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing good. Okay, so I don't know why Simone was shocked that Miss Quad pulled up. If she's Miss Quad, duh, she's gonna come to the party. Ain't no party unless Miss Quad's partying. So
Oh.
yeah, I'm like a Quad stan. I love Miss Quad. I think she's the life of the party. But I can't get behind Phaedra. I'm really, really struggling, and I don't want to see her on Real Housewives of Atlanta either. So I'm gonna be struggling here for half the season. I'm gonna be struggling there for half the season. But yeah, I think Heavenly definitely owes a lot of people an apology. Her mouth is crazy, but um, yeah, that's pretty much all I got.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Thank you so much, Lee, for calling in.
All right, take care.
Bye, you too. All right. All right, we have Miss Bernice backstage. We're going to bring Miss Bernice up next. Miss Bernice, what did you want to share in regards to Married to Medicine?
Hey, Kempire, how you doing?
Oh, well.
With Married to Medicine, Quad is gonna do Quad, and then go through the season, fall out with people again like Heavenly, and then come back and wonder why people don't like you. You told them ladies that you didn't like them last season. You only come around when it's shooting time. You don't interact with them.
Mm-hmm.
And you wonder why you can't grow in your relationship with Simone. Okay. Woo, woo, woo. No. And Dr. Damon, you came like you was going to help somebody move.
You're right. You did.
I mean, you did not get the assignment or try to pass it, and you a doctor? Come on. I would have heard if you could have came in Atlanta Hawks jersey, something. Come on.
You didn't have to do a lot.
You didn't have to do it exactly. You could have came in an Adidas sweatsuit.
Yep.
Come on
I blame
now.
Heavenly, though, because you
didn't
know
even-
what? As the wife, she could have easily gotten him those things together and been like, here you go.
Yeah, thank you. And my thing with Dr. Damon, if your wife don't say outlandish stuff about people, she take it too far. And then when the people get upset about it, you looking at the people getting upset instead of looking at your wife. It's not their fault that your wife relationship with a woman firsthand was with her mother, and her mother pitted her against her sister. That's not their fault. That your wife don't know how to relate to another female without bringing her down. That's not their fault. That's your wife's fault. But I want to know, did she mend the relationship with her sister? If she ain't mended her relationship with her sister, those women ain't got nothing coming.
I think they mentioned it during the reunion. I don't remember what she said during the reunion.
She said that she was going to call her sister.
Yeah.
But did she? Because I grew up around a lot of females who pitted their kids against each other, one against the other. They kept one close, and they pushed the other one away. So there was always a competition, an unnecessary competition between the two children. They weren't siblings. They was like enemies toward each other, trying to get their mother's love.
Mm.
Mm.
Raising children are hard. I wouldn't want to do it, to be honest with
No.
you. All right.
But I did like the way that she got scared when she looked up and saw Contessa and she saw Sweet Tea. I'm like, okay, my military 1 and 2 punch, yes.
Mm-mm.
Because Sweet Tea is ex-Air Force and Contessa's ex-Army. So
Them new besties.
while you thank you. While you trying to get all big bad and get swollen in front of somebody, they do a 1 or 2 punch on your butt and you're gonna be knocked down.
Well, we don't encourage fighting here, but
I know I don't encourage violence or whatsoever. But if your slow butt coming in my face, all it takes is 1 point to the pressure point, and you're gonna be knocked down.
not to the pressure point. All right, Miss Bernice, we gotta go.
Okay.
Have a good night. Bye.
Okay, kiddo. Bye.
She said a 1-2 punch to the pressure point. What is Miss Bernice doing over there? All right, O'Shea's backstage. We're gonna bring O'Shea up next. O'Shea, what time is it over there in South Africa?
It is 12:30.
Oh, not too bad. What's going on?
Not too bad. How are you, Kempire?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm well, thanks. I really just only have one thing to say.
Oh.
My brain cannot process that Contessa is still with that husband after
Yeah.
the things that we've seen. And like, I don't pay attention to management outside of the show, so I didn't know they were coming back. And my brain could not process that she's still with him. This cast is filled with pygmies, and they really need to gather some self-esteem and do better. Because how are you letting this man who embarrass you like this for all these years, and you still coming back with him? That's too much. That's too much. But yeah, that's all I have to say. Nothing really important, but I just my brain.
No, that is important. That is
Thanks.
important. No one else was talking about Dr. Contessa, so I appreciate you doing it.
At least. Thanks.
Thanks for calling in. Take care. Have a good night. All right. Matea's backstage. We're going to bring Matea up as well in just a second. Guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like the video. It's easy and it's free. We're talking about the latest episode, the premiere episode of Married to Medicine. If you're part of the replay crew, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. And let us know your thoughts on Married to Medicine and live chat. And those of you in the replay, how would you rate this week's episode of Married to Medicine? I thought it was a good start. I mean, the Freaknik party alone, the Whitnik party alone made me like, this is worth like a 9. I thought they did a good job with the party. I'm still wondering who were the people they invited. All right, Matea's backstage. Let's bring Matea up next. Matea, what did you want to share in regards to Married to Medicine?
Well, first of all, I want to say hello, Kempire.
Hey.
I'm such a big fan.
Thank you.
And I'm Matea from Boston, just saying,
Boston.
and Gemini.
Okay. Did you come to our show, Matea, in Boston?
I tried,
Oh.
but my friend got sick, so I couldn't go.
Oh.
Even though I know I could go and make friends, but, you know.
Next time.
I'm a little loner. Yeah, next time. Yes, please come back. Anyway, so first off, Feifei needs to go. I'm tired of the, ooh, yes. Like, no. Go bring that ass back to Atlanta over there. Mind that business. Okay, bring back Mariah because I want to see Mariah go head to head with Heavenly and Quad against Sweet Tea and Mariah. That would be good. And Heavenly's your mama stuff, that is so tired. She needs to go sit down in several corners with that mess. And Simone is dead wrong for bringing up this incident at Quad's house.
Yeah.
No matter what, even if she was trying to make a point or whatever, she needs to sit down, have all the seats in Yankee Stadium.
Oh.
It's giving bully. It's not giving somebody that's supposed to be your friend.
Yeah.
It's just wrong. Like, you're not supposed to bring that up. If somebody had done that with me, with my mama, they would be on the flow. No violence requested. But no, they all need to get a new Rolodex of shade because it's all tired and no. Just not given that. And that's all I wanted to say. Thank you again, Kempire.
Thank you, Matea. Take care.
You too.
All right, guys. Let's get to some more callers. We got Mel backstage. We're going to bring Mel up next. Mel, what's going on? What did you want to share about Married to Medicine?
Hey, Kempire, how you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
You know what? I'm enjoying you so much recently because you uncensored recently, like the way you kind of talk about these shows and how you just give you a little more uncensored, which I like.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
I like an edge. You just like I'm like this. He's that way. I'm like, oh wow, I love it. It's a little more insensitive. I guess in my mind, I saw you as more different, but I love what you're doing now. I love it. I love
Thank
it.
you. Thank you.
You know what? It was the episode was good. I was shocked. I was shocked that they sort of doubled down with the Freaknik because, of course, that story came out last year sometime, and they didn't really cover it or they didn't really talk about it. So when we saw the picture of I think Cecil,
Hmm.
in the documentary, I was so happy that they kind of went full on into it. It's like, yeah, we had a good time. This is what it was, and that kind of was fun.
Yeah.
But the part that made me laugh out loud, I don't want to be vulgar, was that when Phaedra, well, yes, Phaedra, the cartoon character, Miss Phaedra, that's what I call her sometimes, when Phaedra said that she didn't want to go to the Freaknik because she was so scared by the blurred images on the news thing. Now, I said, this can't be the same Phaedra they gave the label of the doctor down in Atlanta. That made
The
me
head
laugh out
doctor?
loud. Well, I didn't want to say it because I didn't want
I mean,
to.
it's just the word head and doctor.
Yes, yes, yes. So that part made me laugh. I said, "Wait a minute, how is this lady who is the way she kissed Apollo when she was married to him on that show, took with the tongue and everything? You scared of the Freaknik? You scared of blurry images on a news broadcast? That made me laugh.
Well,
So
she's a
that
little
made
more.
me.
She's a little bit more private with her freaky.
Well, okay. I mean, she wasn't private with that tongue on that show at that time. But I was going to say this for me too. That probably maybe the problem with her character is that she has a real personality inside, but then she want to still sit up there and pretend that she's not about that life. That may be one of the issues that people are having with her on this show. That they sort of sit, that maybe she's not being real.
Yeah.
Obviously, she gives a little facial stuff. Last year, she was giving a knockoff of Mary J. Blige and that little get up she had. The little white thing. I was like, come on, she's doing too many cartoon character stunts. Maybe when she get over to Atlantic Housewives, she'd be more real. She feels comfortable with them. But over here, she's a little too guarded for me. But that's all I have to say. But Phaedra definitely got me laughing when she said, I was scared. I was scared of the Freaknik. I said, no way. Absolutely not.
Thank you so much, Mel, for calling in.
Okay.
Bye. All right, we're going to get one last caller, and then I got to wrap it up. But if you're just joining us, we're talking about the premiere episode of Married to Medicine. As always, don't forget you can hear an audio version of our live recaps and special episodes on the Kempire podcast. Make sure you subscribe today. And don't forget, speaking of Mel saying I'm sounding a little more edgy, it's probably because of the Kempire After Dark live experience. I'm very edgy there. So if you want to experience that, we're bringing it international to London on December 8th, and then we're coming back to Washington, D.C. on January 24th. And then New York City, buckle up, we'll be coming back here to New York City for another special Kempire After Dark live experience. So stay tuned for the date for that as well. All right, last but definitely not least, let's bring Jasmine up. Jasmine, what did you want to share about Married to Medicine?
Hey, Kempire.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. I like the edge. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Keep it up. Okay, I just have a few things. So, number one, I am not mad at Sweet Tea for giving. I have never been mad at Sweet Tea for giving Heavenly her just dessert. I feel like that Sweet Tea is Heavenly's match, and she go right there with her. I'm not mad, especially how all those women treated Sweet Tea last year in the season with what's her name, Quad showing up to her bridal shower. What's her name, Dr. Jackie, was it, belittling her, like all
Oh.
of that. Give Heavenly hell. I think Heavenly's playing and producing, but Sweet Tea's not playing. She's serious, so give it to her. And then the other thing I wanted to know, because you didn't mention it, and I was like, was I tripping when I saw this? In the intro for Married to Medicine, they show Phaedra sitting on a man's lap.
Oh, yes, during their group trip. So I'm guessing it's the
Okay.
guy she hired.
Okay. I was like, wait, it threw me off. I was like, wait, where
We
did that
don't,
come from?
and please understand, you probably won't see him again in the new season of Real Housewives of Atlanta.
You
Like
know what?
I
You're
remember
right.
seeing it, but I'm not tripping off of it because we know Heavenly,
You're right.
not Heavenly,
I definitely
Phaedra.
felt that, but I just was like, it just threw me off. I definitely had to rewind a minute to be like, did I just see what I think I saw?
And you're completely ignoring the fight between Quad's man and Dr. Gregory. Apparently, charges were pressed.
What?
Yeah, girl.
See, I don't be on people's world like that. I watch the show and that's it. I don't be in none of that other stuff.
So stay
Wow.
tuned. Yeah, so
Not my
there
man,
was
my
a
man,
man
my
in the trail. So there was a man that Phaedra was sitting on the lap, but again, we probably won't see him ever again.
Oh, okay. No, I agree with that. I just thought it was odd, but you know.
Your eyes were not fooling you, Jasmine.
But you know, Phaedra is odd. Okay.
Always.
Okay. All right. That's all I have to say. Thank you,
Thank you,
Kempire. I missed the
Jasmine.
live.
Well, we appreciate you being here. Have a good night.
All right. All right. You too. Bye bye.
Bye. All right, guys. Stay tuned. Like I said, if I feel up to it later, I might do another live just to cover some of the hot topics that we haven't been able to cover today, just because busy day. But I do appreciate everyone calling in. Thank you to those of you that sent in super chats, Venmos, Cash Apps. I see those normally after live. Those of you that have been recently requesting me on Cameo, we appreciate that as well. So if you have a birthday, anniversary, or anything like that coming up, you can request me on Cameo. I believe there will be some sort of Black Friday deal, so maybe you want to wait till Friday, just saying. But anyway, yeah, so was that Who Pressed Charges? That was something that Heavenly spilled on one of these interviews or YouTube things that she did. Apparently, charges were pressed against Dr. Gregory, maybe? Anyway, stay tuned. Stay tuned. I'm sure we'll hear more about it later in the season. But I'm already team the Jamaican guy. Quads man. Anyways, thank you all for being here. Thank you to our King's Guards for holding us down on TikTok and here on YouTube. And those of you watching on Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter, we appreciate you guys and everyone watching on TikTok. All right. Don't forget to like the video. It's easy and it's free. I will see you guys in the next one. All right. Bye, y'all.